Titans. Let's talk Titans. The Titans president of football operations says, we will not pass on a generational talent with the first overall pick in the draft. Now, I got to ask your opinion on this. Who is he talking about? Do you think he's talking about Shedeur Sanders when it comes to the Titan? Is he talking about Cam Ward, who at the time was minus 200? Since then, Travis Hunter has been bet up, and he's by far the betting favorite, I believe, to this point. Or at least he was plus 1,400, and he's like plus 180 at one point. So, yeah, that's how it goes. Or, obviously, is it Travis Hunter? I had Sean King on my show yesterday, and we talked about it being Travis Hunter. But, Matt, I just want to get your take on the Titans president of football operations comments first before we get into the players. Go ahead.
So I've been thinking about this. If I'm Tennessee, I would probably think that the Callahan way of thinking is rookie quarterbacks are a disaster. So how do they go get a bridge and draft Travis Hunter?
Right.
Or if they're talking about generational talent, I think that Shedeur and Cam are fucking special. I don't know if they're generational. I mean, I don't even know that's you won't know until they play. Last year we had all those quarterbacks go in the first round. I thought all of them were okay. We'll see if Caleb Williams is any good. Jaden Daniels is obviously a freak.
Oh yeah.
Drake May played pretty good. JJ McCarthy didn't play. Bo Nix played pretty good. There's guys those guys play pretty well. So I think Shedeur and Cam will be fine, but I don't think that they were referring to either of them, which is kind of stupid. I don't know why you would want to go pay a veteran bridge quarterback $25 million because that's baseline for Russell Wilson or something like that, when you can just draft Shedeur and have him on a rookie contract for 5 years and then really try and build your team around him. Yeah. Tennessee doesn't have a quarterback, so I don't know why they wouldn't take a quarterback. This also seems like they would trade the pick. So, if I'm the Titans, I'm trying to build the team, and just they can trade the pick and trade back and trade it to the Raiders or something, and Pete Carroll can go draft Shedeur. So I still think Shedeur is going number one because I think the number one pick and the number two pick, I think Cleveland's pick is also in place to get traded. So both those teams need a lot, and I don't think that Shedeur will ever go to Cleveland. Prime won't allow it, and they know that, so they're not even thinking about it. But I would venture that you have to think about it. Is Tennessee the best fit? Do the Giants want to move up? Do the Raiders want to move up? Who out there that we don't know about wants to move up? There's going to be a lot of conversation as the offseason goes on.
Yeah, and when I heard this, I was like, this is an interesting comment. Who is he talking about? Is he talking? Because I was like, the first inkling is Travis Hunter, because we have never seen anything, really close to him playing 150 snaps at the level he does. And then I thought Shedeur at 2, but it's just an interesting comment, because then I thought, definitely it sparks trade conversation for a Cleveland who's right behind them, or one of those top 4 or 5 picks to just move up, saying, hey, they want to, I don't know if they want to take a quarterback, is kind of what I heard, because Travis Hunter. But I got to play these comments of Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders working with their select quarterback coach and talking about Titans president of football operations comments about generational talent. Take a listen.
This is generational talent. I'm gonna prove him right. I'm gonna prove him right. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh, bro, this is more and more.
Hey, that's how I knew it.
Who said that?
Actually, nah. An article came out today. I'm generational. So I guess it's article versus article. I like that you think that, man. But we all know the truth. What? Trav gonna be first? They know it's big. They know it's big. Just like I told Joe.
Matt, I don't know. What do you like?
I like the competition. They're obviously boys, and they're obviously competing with each other, and good. That's what you want. So I'm very eager to see how Shedeur does at the next level and how Cam Ward does at the next level. This is a very small quarterback group. After those 2 quarterbacks, who's next? Will Howard?
Arguably, I don't.
Who's the next quarterback off the board? You know what I'm saying?
Milrow? I don't know.
Jalen Milrow. I don't want Jalen Milrow as my quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry, but no. So, like, after these two, there's a huge drop-off. So if you need a quarterback, you better fucking evaluate and trade some picks and go get his ass. I'm hoping to God that Shador, and I know Bronco fans are going to hate this, but think about how awesome this would be. I'm praying to God the Raiders can keep Max Crosby happy, trade up in the draft to get the first pick or the second pick if the Titans are going to take Travis and take Shador Sanders. And then you got Pete Carroll with Shador. You know, Pete's good with young quarterbacks. He'll build a run game around him. Shador will respect Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll is a fucking G. You know, the fucking Dion would love this move because I guarantee you Coach Prime and Pete Carroll are tight. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the kind of thing that blows the Raiders up. And then you get fucking 2 division games a year with Mahomes, Bo Nix, Herbert, and Shador. That entire division is just fucking fire at that point. It's already awesome. Imagine what happens when Shador goes to the Raiders. So I know that Bronco fans don't like that, but I don't give a Tiffany fuck what Bronco fans like. So the Raiders, I think that would be awesome. And just football's better when you can hate the Raiders and when they're good. And, maybe Shador can go there and resurrect, and you got Brock Bowers and you got, Max Crosby, and you got an opportunity, a lot of cap money, and you can go build. Like, I never understood why the Raiders constantly let all their guys leave. You let Josh Jacobs leave? What are you, fucking dumb? Why that guy was the face of your team just the minute he walked in, just tough as fuck, and you're just like, yeah, we can just replace him. Who'd you replace him with? Exactly. I don't have a fucking clue.
I don't know. Like,
yeah. So it's the Raiders need an identity, and Pete Carroll, you don't bring in Pete Carroll and then fucking be like, here's Aiden O'Connell. Fuck that. Go get Shador Sanders with the first pick, move up and make this happen. And the AFC West is going to be fire as fuck. And then look, Shador can go out there and carve it up and be King Vegas, and he'd be a great Raider too because people already don't like Shador. So he can go there and just fucking be super drippy. Fucking just have, fuck him. He's a Raider, blah, blah, blah. And he'll just go out there and chop motherfuckers up. I can't wait. I really hope that happens.
Well, man, here's what I'll say to this. First off, happy that Pete's coaching again. That's awesome. It's happy to see Pete Carroll back where he should be, because I didn't think Seattle should have let it go in the first place. My second thing is first thing you said about the Raiders is you wanted to make sure they keep Max Crosby happy. Now, if they were to trade up to pick 1 or 2, what would they have to give up in order for?
They didn't have to give up Max. They could just give up picks.
Okay.
That's trade this year's first, next year's first, and a third, and move up.
Yeah. Here's any scenario that the Titans go back and just draft Travis Hunter and go get like a Sam Darnold? Could you see that?
That's what we just fucking talked about. It's a bridge, and then drafting Travis number 1. He's a generational guy. If they want a bridge, that's fine. But again, if I'm the Titans, why would you pay $25 million or more for a bridge quarterback when you can just pay a fucking rookie $30 million total, and then you have him on lock for 5 years or 4 years plus an add-on year that he has to sign on to. So that's the route I would take if I was Tennessee. But the Titans are saying they're not going to pass on generational talent, which sounds to me like the quarterbacks are nice, but they're not generational. Maybe last year's group wasn't even considered generational. When you're talking about like the depth of it, Caleb Williams was the only one that you were like, well, he's a can't miss. Now we know now that that's bullshit because you have to let this play out. But I would assume they're talking about Travis Hunter here. But I don't know, dog. Travis Hunter could turn into the fucking Michael Jordan of the NFL, a guy that comes in and like revolutionizes how skill athletes play. Because I personally think there's a lot of other guys that could do this. A lot of other guys that could play both ways if given the opportunity. And this opens the door for that opportunity where more guys want to exploit that. As a guy who did it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there's not a lot of difference between guard and 3 technique when you really think about it. Like, and you start really evaluating the position and doing things like they mirror each other. Like, this is just the way the game works. So I hope it opens the door for more guys to do it.
Yeah, and Like, in my opinion, I think the Titans should draft a Shador. I'm with you on that. I think it would be a great pick. And we've talked about this extensively. But it seems like they're talking about Travis Hunter. So that'll be interesting. I was going to save this for later, but going back to the Raiders, Matt, I know you think Shador would be a great fit there, but a free agent that has popped up in the news today, Russell Wilson.
Oh, God, please.
I got to get your take on this. Any chance that you can see a reunion?
Do I think your idol is going to go to the fucking Raiders? No, I don't. And I don't see how Pete Carroll and Russ can operate together again. Fuck this guy, number one. I'm tired of his face. I'm tired of it. Fuck his face. I'm tired of his like super positive, but like now he's wearing me out and he's not even in Denver anymore. This guy just wears me the fuck out, bro. And I don't really believe anything he says, and he'll be a bad Raider. Like he's bad move, Raiders. No, just Russ needs to retire and just go think about how his future could have been affected differently.
Well, there you have it. I just had to get your take on that because I just unbelievable. I
heard that Aaron Rodgers wants to go to the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's gonna be that would be interesting. That'd be a hell of a division.
That's more interesting than anything else. But again, if Aaron Rodgers, be careful, bro, going to the Raiders with no help. Like it's different getting drafted there and building, going to the Raiders and being expected to like win in the NFC fucking West or in the AFC West against like the Broncos, who are the best, who had the most sacks in the NFL, and the Chargers with Mack and Bosa and all those boys, and the Chiefs with how they get after the quarterback. Like he might not make it through the season. It's not like the Raiders' offensive line is like elite.
Right. Yeah.
The Raiders are dog shit. At least the Jets had some players, and they still sucked.
I mean, I think you would think Aaron Glenn, and I saw a report that Aaron Glenn would like to keep Aaron Rodgers, which is interesting. I think the Jets are a better offensive line situation than the Raiders are. I mean, I know the Raiders have
look, if Aaron Rodgers wants to stay in New York, they better figure out some shit. They better figure out how to run the ball. They better figure out what's going on in defense, because that division is, other than Buffalo, that division is dog shit. And you should be able to at least fight for a fucking wild card there. So I don't know, man. I'm giving up on the Jets. They got to prove it to me. I mean, I still love them, but I can't invest any more feeling into this. So
absolutely.
No.
Well, let's move forward. We'll see. We'll discuss this all off season.